All right, I think we are live now. Let's see here real quick. All right, yeah, we're live. All right. I can hear that. All right, there we go. All right. How's it going, everyone? This is Judith Vergata here, and we are hanging out with Ashley DeLuca today. Ashley is, sorry, I wrote all this down. Forgive me, Ashley, okay? Ashley's the founder and the owner of Blank State Media Consulting, okay? And she's busy building amazing, those are her words, not mine, but it is amazing. Amazing websites for pretty much a millennial female entrepreneurs. Ashley, give us a little bit of an intro and give us a little sneak preview what's inside your world.
Yeah, so hey everybody, my name is Ashley DeLuca. I'm a digital marketing and web strategist who empowers female millennial entrepreneurs by creating a foolproof web strategy and web design in 30 days. So basically what I do is I live in the WordPress world pretty much all day, every day. It is so incredibly fun because I've been doing it since I was about 14 years old. So I started my entrepreneur journey by working on websites in my local library, picking up all the books about HTML, CSS, all that good stuff. And I started to self-teach myself and just basically made my own kind of websites, blogs, all that good stuff. And about a year ago, I decided to actually start making it my world and to be able to make it into what I really, really want to do. Wow. So yeah. It's awesome.
Yeah. Talk about a commitment to mastery. Hey, 14 years old and you're already picking up books and all that good stuff about it. It's awesome. So Ashley, break it down for us. What's your subject matter of expertise? Break it down into really bits and pieces for us.
Yeah, so basically what I primarily focus on, I focus on a couple different things. So it's mainly focused on making sure, in regards to websites, it's really about the strategy behind it. You can't just have a website without a strategy behind it. We have, content media strategy. We have social media strategy. We have all these different strategies, but a lot of times we forget about where we're sending these people to. So when I design websites and work with clients on those, definitely make sure that that web strategy is in place. So that way they find the banana. Every single user is like the monkey trying to find the banana. And if they don't know what that banana is, they're not going to do what you want them to do. So whether that's, contacting them, or, making sure that they make it to your sales page. You got to lay it out for them. So that's like one of my subject matters. I also really focus on empowering female millennial entrepreneurs because I'm 22 years old right now and I have so much stuff going on. I'm building a house. I'm going to school. I still have my full-time job. And then obviously I have my business too. And so I love being very passionate about sharing my journey, how I make it all happen, how I do it all, and being able to empower other female millennial entrepreneurs knowing that, like, hey, like, you can do it. I'm doing it. You can definitely do it.
Yeah. Yeah, that's one thing people need to understand. A lot of us is thinking in a very scarce mindset. Whereas, listen, guys, there's enough to go around. Okay, so support each other because you know what they always say, right? Together we stand, divided we fall. So the more you support others, the more successful you will be. It's something that a lot of us really neglect, right? Like it's all about me. When
yes.
In reality, yeah, you're really shooting yourself in the foot by doing that. Now, Ashley, tell us about your rock bottom moment. Really, really lay it out there. Don't pull anything back.
Oh boy. I would say my biggest, I guess most painful rock bottom moment, we're going deep, really was in regards to really just finding out that my life didn't really have the purpose that I wanted. I was in the middle of college and I was working in a corporate setting. And I didn't really have that fulfillment. I didn't have that purpose. I didn't really feel like I thought that's where I needed to go because that's what everyone told me. Everyone told me that's what I needed to do. Ashley, you need to go to college. Ashley, you need to find a corporate job. Ashley, you need to be happy there. You need to live this way in a certain box. And I didn't like that whatsoever. I've always been a free thinker in regards to, even when I was 14, like I was out, in the library while everyone else was outside playing outside doing other stuff, like hanging out with their friends. And so for me, it was really just in that moment when I was at my corporate job at that point was just figuring out that this isn't what I needed to be. And I did a lot of soul searching because I really needed to figure out what that was at such a young age. I was still trying to figure out what that was, how that was going to look, and all that good stuff. And in that moment when I was there, I remember it was the day too. It was a Friday afternoon. I was at work and it was my lunchtime. And I was sitting there. I was like, this is not it. As much as everyone's telling me that, Ashley, you made it. This is it. You got it. I knew that wasn't it for me. And I knew that I had a much bigger purpose, a much bigger plan, and that there was a lot more in store for me. And eventually, I mean, it landed on me in Panera. You know, I had gotten to that moment where I was like, okay, I know that's not it. I didn't know what it was. And then I ended up going to Panera a couple weeks later with my best friend. We sat down and I was like, this is what I need to do. This is what it is. It was so spectacular because in that rock bottom moment, a couple weeks later, is that high moment of knowing like, yes, this is where I need to go. And I've been on that road ever since, and it has been spectacular.
Awesome. That's awesome. Yeah, guys, we have a couple people hanging out with us on Facebook. Give us the hearts, the likes, the smiley faces, comments, interact with us. Guaranteed to, we love the interaction. Let's put it on that.
Oh, yes.
So, Ashley, how did you improve upon that situation?
Yeah, so basically what I ended up doing is I just did a lot more building. I started building my knowledge and understanding because for me, even though I was designing websites at the time and I had the design aspect down, I didn't really know anything about having an online business. Like walking in, I joined all these entrepreneur Facebook groups. I had no idea what an opt-in was. I felt so ashamed. I was like, what is this? Like, you can actually do all this fun stuff? Like, I knew like some of it existed, but it was like putting those pieces together was like a big, huge like light bulb for me. And even though it was, because it's been a year and I still feel like I'm a little bit in that baby steps, like understanding and realizing like there's so much more to the entrepreneur world than like I even imagined, which is like fantastic. Like, it was just so amazing completely because, going through that, I've learned so much in that year.
Yeah.
And even from coming with having design experience, I was like, oh my gosh, I can't imagine walking into this without that. Like, I applaud people who start from the bottom up because it's hard, but it is so incredibly rewarding when you get to that point. You're like, oh my gosh, I did it.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I'm telling my story, I realized that a lot of my growing up happened in 2016. Like, you'd be surprised by how much growing up you could do it in a year. You see, really, this industry we're in, it's not a industry of making money. It's more of an industry of transformation. Like, yeah. I love watching other people transform. I love watching myself transform, right? Just seeing who I was a few months ago and who I am today. It's just, I can't even recognize myself.
Oh, yes, I completely agree. And my hubby feels the same exact way. He's like, you are completely different than where you used to be, a year ago, because again, you were searching for that purpose. You were trying to figure out what it is. And he can see like when I'm working, like that passion that I have, as I talk about my clients and I'm sharing about that, all the amazing experiences with that, taking it from being, just a normal website into this awesome thing for them that they can use to like monetize their business. Yeah. And being able to, the whole transformation, because he hears about it all the time. He's like, you, this is your thing. This is definitely like what you're passionate about. This is definitely what you're doing. And it's just so incredibly amazing. Yeah. So yeah, it's a journey.
Yeah, absolutely. So far, what is your most brilliant light bulb moment?
Oh my. I would say it's actually happened most recently. I ended up launching, not yet, it's in the formation of my Maven group takeover. Basically what happened with that is I first started working and kind of looking around at all other Facebook groups, trying to see like, okay, so like what else is everyone doing? And, people would come into groups and they would live stream, right? They would come in, just kind of do a guest live stream and then just pop out. There was no like real engagement or anything like super call to action. It was just like, hey, like here's some value. Oh, I have a program, and they just hop out. And I was like, I want more than that. And so I kept looking and I was like, okay, so people are coming in and like taking over for a day where they, kind of come in and they, kind of linger a little bit, do a live stream and then they hop out again. And I was like, I want like something real. Like I want real, genuine connections. I want something that allows my members to really feel like they're being served, and not just with a live stream and gone. Because I don't believe in that. Like I don't feel like it's right to just come in, pop in, and then pop out. Like it's not really giving too much value, you know, when you can really serve a community and a lot more. And so I have created the Maven Group Takeover, which focuses on providing more than just a live stream. Yes, there's live streaming included, but it also really focuses on the value and the connection, because not only is it benefiting the members, but it's also benefiting the hosts as well, because they're connecting with others. They're sharing their message. They're providing a 24-hour offer just for the group, which is going to, you know, help them with their sales. I mean, there's so much more to it. And I'm just so excited. And I've had a really good response about it. So I'm really, really excited to start launching it on September 1st.
Yeah, no, I'm actually pretty excited about it. I think I'm booked for the last day of September to take over the group.
Yeah.
And yeah, no, I put together some pretty sweet offers for the group members. So yeah, it'll be fun. I'm pretty excited about it. So yeah. So what held you back from going all in your business when you first started?
I would say I was definitely very scared. But at the same time, too, I was also the money thing. I mean, you know, we talk a lot about money and, you know, money holding us back. And that was something that really did hold me back. You know, there was people who I was interested in working with, or, you know, that I was interested in investing with. And I'm like, hey, like, I'm really sorry right now. Like, I'm building a house. Like, it's not like one of those excuses where you're just like, oh yeah, you know, I kind of have money, but not really, you know, that kind of hee-haw thing. It was definitely like, I'm really sorry, like literally, I work from my house right now. So I would say that for me personally, you know, it was the money, but then also I was a little scared too, because it was my first year. Even though I really did believe in like what I was doing, I was like, okay, I believe in myself, but now I have to make these other people believe in me too. And that's like a whole nother thing, you know, once you get like your mindset ready and working, you're like, okay, now I have to portray that confidence into the world, into everything that I do. So that way other people have confidence in me too. And so that really held me back, because I was like, okay, I got to figure out how to make that happen. And slowly but surely, like I did, because the confidence started like radiating out of me. And they were like, oh my gosh, this girl knows what she's talking about. Like, I see her work. It's like working. And then it just kind of went on from there. But it was really super duper exciting because of that.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it's awesome. Like I said, right, like it's always nice to see people transform. Like, I feel really deep shame in myself when I watch my first few videos ever.
Yes. Oh my gosh. Yes.
It's horrible, eh? Yeah. Okay, yeah, we have Portia Winley and T-Rex hanging out with us, showing us some love. So hey. Yeah, so yeah, no, it's ridiculous. Like thinking about, you know, like what I was doing when I first started, where I am now. I can't believe it. Like I scorn them every time now. People that link spam me, but looking back, I was a link spammer when I first started. Yeah. So yeah, again, it's embarrassing. So
right, but it's lessons learned though, you know, and you have to make those mistakes before you really make it. Like I could tell you right now, I have made so many mistakes in the entrepreneur, like just in the entrepreneur, entrepreneur world alone. I've made so many mistakes, but you know, at the same time, like you have to learn from them. You know, you have to go through stuff to be able to understand, like, and appreciate too, like what you learn in the journey that you go on and all that fun stuff. So it's worth it.
Yeah, exactly. Just before I hopped on in this hangout here, I made another mistake. I sent an email to a completely different list. So there's that, right? So, sorry. So, what's the best advice you've ever received?
Oh my, I have received a lot of advice over my year. I would say the best advice that I have received, as simple as it is honestly just keep on going. I mean, there was so many times that I personally was like, this is way too difficult. This is way too hard. Like, is it even worth it? Like, this is just too much. Like, whether it be with like the client work or in regards to, you know, trying to figure out something new, or even with tech problems. I mean, tech problems alone are like atrocious. But at the same time, like, I kept trekking through. I kept going. I made it past it. And a kind of, well, not really funny, but an example of this is, so I was using MailerLite for my email platform. That's what I was emailing people out from. And it kept saying that I had, you know, 20 subscribers. And I was like, this is really weird because I've been like really trying. Like, you know, I didn't take email marketing seriously for, you know, a hot moment in my business. And then I really started trying. And I was like, why is it only saying I have 20 people? Like, seriously, like, what's going on here? But I kept emailing that list. I was like, even though there's only 2 people, I'm going to keep emailing them. Like, I'm still going to practice. You know, I'm going to still serve them, you know, those 20 people. Well, I ended up looking into my MailerLite to find that I had a couple hundred subscribers that never made it over to my main list. Yeah. That were sitting there. You know, they had went through my whole welcome series and then they just didn't get booted over into my other one. Oh. But I kept trying. Even when I still had 20 people on my list, I still kept trying and I kept serving those 20 people. And now, obviously, I've moved to a different platform. But the whole point is that, you know, no matter like where you're at, if you have 5 subscribers, you have 20 or hundreds or wherever you're at, even with followers, no matter what that looks like for you, like, just keep going. Like, don't let it hold you back. Because if I would have just been like, oh, screw it, like, I'm not going to do this. Like, I only have 20 people. Like, this is so dumb. Like, I never probably would have figured out that I had hundreds of other people who were waiting to, like, hear from me. You know, like, you just got to keep going because you're going to have that breakthrough. You're going to have the same thing happen. Just like with my Facebook group, it was the same thing. You know, for so long, it was kind of stagnant and just kind of like only a couple of people. And then, you know, slowly as I put more effort into it and I engaged more in live, you know, all that fun stuff, my group grew. You know, and as you're going through, you know, you just got to keep trying. That's what you got to do. Just keep going. Try again. It'll come.
Yes. Exactly. I don't know if you've read the Think and Grow Rich. It's like that classic story that they were 3 feet from gold. Mm-hmm. Have you? Yeah, exactly. It's that, you know, like usually people quit just when they're about to break through.
Yes.
Right? And it's such a shame that people do that. So Diane Smith is hanging out. Hello. So, yeah. So what's a personal habit for you that you have that's just a must on a daily basis for you?
So a must for me is I have to play with my dogs. I have 2 Basset Hound puppers, and they are literally like the inspiration of my life. They keep me going. And for me, like, I am a big work person. You know, I get up and I go work at my, you know, 8 to 5. And then I come home and I, you know, make dinner, hang out for a little bit. And then I sit down with my laptop for a couple hours, you know, doing client work or engaging or doing something work-wise. And my dogs always remind me, like, hey, I'm down here. Come play with me, pet me, you know. And they give me that constant reminder that I need to take a break too sometimes. You know, I need to take out time for myself. And for me, that's something that I really needed. Is that reminder to be like, hey, like, you need to spend time for yourself, you know. And they're a huge, like, stress reliever too. If you need a stress reliever, get a dog, especially a Basset Hound. But yeah, that's definitely probably like my non-negotiable thing that I do every single day, along with journaling. So I have a journal that I write in 3 things that I'm thankful for. So usually it's honestly like the same 3 things, but I try to adventure sometimes. So it's usually like the 3 things that I'm super duper thankful for. I also write down 3 goals for the day, so like 3 non-negotiable goals, and I also write in there 3 like affirmations, or I'll write in, like, if I have one that like I think of that really sticks with what I want to do for the day, I'll write in that affirmation as well too.
Yeah. You'd be surprised by how big of a role a routine plays, right? Like in your daily basis, in your business, right? Like something as simple as journaling or something as simple as writing down your affirmation. Like personally, if I don't do that first thing in the morning, if I don't meditate, I don't write down my affirmations and my journaling, then the rest of the day it's just feeling a little sluggish, if that's even the right term. But yeah, there's something just off. Yeah.
Yeah, I completely agree. It's just a little bit off, and you're just like, why? And you're like, oh, I forgot to do that today. It's like when you don't brush your teeth and you run out the door and you're like, Oh, that's
Yeah.
weird. It's just a little off.
Yeah, exactly. So what's the one thing that you're super excited about these days?
Oh my gosh, I am just so incredibly excited for my growth because I have so many super cool things coming into play. I actually did some brainstorming today for 2 new courses that I want to do. I have not done a course yet, and so I am super duper excited. I'm planning on, I'll go ahead and share the details. I haven't even told anyone yet, like nobody.
You
So
heard
this
it
is super
here
cool.
first.
Yes. So the first one that I'm going to offer is going to be structured around like time management as a millennial entrepreneur. Because I have so many people who contact me and hit me up and they're like, Ash, like, how do you do it all? So I'm going to lay out like literally everything that I do to be able to make it happen. So all the way down to like what tools I use, my systems, like how do I keep my finances in line? How do I can't even think of everything else I wrote down, but I was like writing down like everything. I was like, these are things that I do. And this is what keeps me sane. This is what keeps me in line, And these are same things that like other people can put into effect too to use for their business and their lives to be able to make it happen and get all the things done. Because that's where a lot of people struggle at. And I know I struggled with that for the longest time, trying to figure out like, okay, so I have homework, I have client work, I have a house to take care of. Like, how do I manage it all, right? So that's what I'm laying out in the first one. So super duper excited about that. And then the second one that I'm going to be doing, this one will probably be released probably spring of next year because it's going to take me a little bit longer to create. It's going to be basically like the huge WordPress startup guide. So this is a lot different than just going online and Googling like how to set up a WordPress website. This is actually seeing me do a live website as you're sitting there watching me do it. And so there's going to probably be like 2 different versions of that where you can just sit there and watch me by video, or also have like a group program version wise so you can always correlate with friends as well too and be able to build connections as you build your first website. So this is good for people who are either looking to become a website designer for WordPress or they're looking to go more of a cheaper alternative and learn it themselves. So I'm really, really super duper excited because I'm hoping to coordinate with someone who builds themes to be able to offer a theme in with the package too. So that way you will literally walk away with a website that you just have to plug in your content that you built yourself. So I am so incredibly excited.
Yeah, nice. That's pretty awesome there. Kristen Iris is saying hi. Hey girl, how's it going?
Hey!
Yeah. So before we wrap this up, give our audience here a little parting piece of guidance. What's that one message that you think that everyone must absolutely need to hear?
I have a lot to say, but I will keep it short.
Hey, we got time.
Honestly, it goes back to something I said earlier. Like, at the end of the day, you just keep going, keep trying. I mean, even as someone like me, who's younger, like I know I've worked with a lot of people who are older, no matter what your age is really, no matter what frustration that you may be having in your business right now, whether it be you're not getting enough clients or you're not getting, enough followers or engagement or whatever, just take a step back, take a look at what you're doing and re-strategize. It doesn't have to be anything big. It doesn't have to be anything crazy. You don't need to go buy a $700 course to figure it out. Just take a look at it. It's probably just needing one little tweak to be able to really make a difference.
Yeah.
And like you had said earlier, so many people give up right before they make it. If I would have given up like when I was seriously about ready to throw in the towel, I would not be here right now. Not by any means. I would not be anywhere near to the success that I have had by any ways, because I would have just thrown in the towel and been like, oh, peace, see you later. So just keep going. Like, girl, like keep killing it, because you are, like, at the end of the day, like you are branching out from every other person in this entire world and you're being yourself. And that's what you need to do. Display yourself within everything that you do, because people are just not going to fall in love with what you do for them, but they're going to fall in love with you too, because they're going to be passionate and they're going to see the passion that you have for them too. So stay passionate, stay true to yourself, and just keep going, because that is your little formula for success.
Yeah.
And it's just so incredibly important.
Yeah, that's amazing. That's amazing. Yeah, no, yeah, like it's a shame, right? A lot of people give up just before, like you said, if you
Yep.
did that, then you wouldn't be here. If I
No.
had plenty of times to give up, and that looks like it's time to throw in the towel, but I didn't, and here we are today. So
Yep.
guys, really, if you think that if you're so frustrated, you're so overwhelmed, do not hesitate. You could reach out to myself or Ashley or whoever, right? And
Totally.
we're more than willing to help you guys. If it's if you're telling me that you got no one to reach out, you're lying straight up, because I just gave 2 examples of who you could reach out to. If it means that I have to hop on a Zoom call with you, if it means that I have to shoot training videos for you, then so be it. We're
Right.
here, we're gonna help you, right?
Yeah, and just to kind of piggyback off too, and the
Yeah.
funny thing is that, people are like, but you're so busy. Yeah, but you know what? I always make time for the people that, reach out to me and are important to me, because at the end of the day, I knew what it was like to feel alone and to be like, oh my gosh, I don't know who to reach out to, because it's that kind of thing where you're like, I'm new to the entrepreneur world. Like, I don't know how to ask, how it works. Like, is this something? No, seriously. Message me anything that you wish. Like, if there's anything that I can help you with, like, let me know, because that's what I'm here for. And that gives me, at the end of the day, the most pleasure over anything else in the world, because, I remember what it's like. Everybody starts off as a beginner, or even if you're more advanced, it doesn't matter what level you're at. Everyone sometimes asks questions. So reach out, add me as a friend, come on over to my Facebook group, whatever it is that you need to do to be able to find support, do it. Do not be ashamed. Everyone needs support.
Exactly. Yeah. In the world of 7 billion people, you can't do it all by yourself, and there's nothing to be ashamed of by reaching out for help. Now, Ashley, before we wrap this up, what's the best way that they could connect with you?
Yeah, so there's a couple different ways. I am always hanging out in my Facebook group. It's called the Female Entrepreneurs Empowerment and Connection. So I'm usually always hanging out there. Or you can just go ahead and add me on Facebook here. I am always reachable by Messenger too. So that's like the most direct way to contact me if you're looking to chat, hang out, anything like that. And my website. So if you're looking to check me out more, like as a creeper side, you can definitely do that at blankslatemediaconsulting.com. You can check out all about me, my services, what I'm about, and all that good stuff.
All right, awesome. Well, I'm typing all that. I'll type all that in later on in the comments after we wrap this up. Ashley, thank you so much for hanging out with us. That was jam-packed with value. Thank you guys for hanging out with us. Thank you for the interaction. It made my well, I don't know if Ashley could see the live feed from there from her end, but from my end I could see it. I made my life so much more exciting. So so guys, thank you, and thank you guys for hanging out with us. Thank you for the engagement. I love you guys. I appreciate you. Come on in again. I'm here 7 days a week interviewing and chatting, hanging out with other entrepreneurs, because you know what they say, you got to connect with the like-minded people, because that's the best way to keep your mindset sharp. So here we are, Entrepreneur in the Spotlight. Made it easy for you. So yeah, guys, I'm here 7 days a week. Tomorrow we'll be on a special time because we're interviewing a nice British lady. So to accommodate her, Karen Richardson, if you guys heard of her. Anyway, so sorry to keep up with the time zone difference. We're airing at 8 a.m. Eastern time as opposed to 8 p.m. Eastern time, right? So guys, we'll see you tomorrow. And again, thank you, Ashley. I appreciate you hopping out. And
thank you.
Yeah, guys. Well, all right, Facebook. We'll see you tomorrow. Cheers.